Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing Friday Night Smackdown. Now, overall, this was a pretty good show. It was easy to watch, had some good segments, so let's get into it. Starting off the show, they got Braun Strowman versus Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. This was a pretty good match. Gunther, he was working the left arm of Braun Strowman. The crowd, they were excited for Braun Strowman's comeback. Strowman hit a tilt-a-whirl slam for a 2 count, and then they went to commercial break. When we came back, they traded chops. Gunther, he cut him off with a throat shot. Spine busted by Strowman for a 2 count. Towards the end, Gunther, he had a strong clothesline and a splash off the top rope for a 2 count. And the finishing spot was Braun Strowman was perched up on the second rope. Gunther picked him up, hit a powerbomb, and he retained the Intercontinental Championship. So like I said, this was a pretty good match. Even though Braun Strowman is not really on the level of a Gunther, Gunther is so good that he just brought Braun Strowman up to his level and basically made us excited to want to watch this match. Next up, we got a backstage segment. So Sami Zayn, he was trying to get into the Bloodline's locker room, but Paul Heyman announced that nobody was there. He also said that Roman Reigns' orders were for Sami Zayn to go out there alone and handle business. So we'll be getting Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in a straight one-on-one match, no Bloodline tonight at ringside. Next up, Rey Mysterio, he came down to the ring. He said he wasn't going to let Dominic's actions during the holidays get to him. And he also said he was on SmackDown for a fresh start. And he was going to enter the Royal Rumble match and win it. Karrion Kross and Scarlett interrupted him. Kross basically insulted Rey and his parenting skills, saying that he failed to raise Dominic. They started fighting. Rey Mysterio attempted a 619, but Scarlett tripped him up, which led to a cross jacket by Karrion Kross, which, if you don't know, is basically like a sleeper hold. Moving on, we got Liv Morgan. She was in the women's locker room. She said that she was going to be entering the Royal Rumble first, and Raquel Rodriguez said that Liv Morgan wouldn't stand a chance entering first. She'd basically be better off entering last because of her size. And Liv Morgan, she basically slapped the hell out of her. So that led to a match later on in the night, which we'll get into eventually. Next up, we got Xia Li versus Tegan Nox. Not too much to say about this one. I'll save you guys the play-by-play. Tegan Nox, she won with a Shining Wizard. Now, before I get into this next segment, I'm just going to lay the foundation for you guys. So last week, Drew McIntyre and Sheamus had a match against the Usos, which they lost. After the match, the Viking Raiders attacked Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. And that led to what happened on this show. We got a Viking Raiders vignette or promo package, whatever you want to call it. They basically said that they wanted Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in a match. So we immediately cut to Sheamus and Drew McIntyre in Adam Pearce's office. Drew McIntyre wanted a match with the Viking Raiders, but Sheamus, he felt like their business with the Usos weren't done. So basically, Adam Pearce gave them the best of both worlds. He announced a tournament which would determine the number one contender for the Usos titles. And Sheamus and Drew McIntyre are going to be facing the Viking Raiders in the first round of that tournament. So everybody wins, I guess. Next up, we got a Bray Wyatt in-ring promo. I'm not going to get too much into what he said because Bray Wyatt always be on some philosophical stuff. But basically, he said at the Royal Rumble, it's going to be his rebirth and LA Knight should run. And that was that. Immediately after that segment, they cut to Kayla Braxton. She was with Kevin Owens. Before Kevin Owens could get a word out, Sami Zayn interrupted him. Sami was pretty upset that he had to face Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens told Sami Zayn that the Bloodline, specifically Roman Reigns, was using him. But Sami didn't see it. He couldn't understand. And he said that tonight he was going to handle business. In the next segment, Kayla Braxton was with Gunther in the trainer's room. She asked Gunther about his momentum after a successful title defense. Gunther said that he defended his title against his strongest opponent yet, and he's going to go on to win the Royal Rumble and main event WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to happen, but he could try. Now we get to Liv Morgan versus Raquel Rodriguez. They teased that it doesn't matter what size you are, anyone can be eliminated in the Royal Rumble because both women had spots where they basically threw each other out the ring. In the end, Raquel Rodriguez won the match. Not too much to say about this one. Backstage, we got Sonya Deville with Adam Pearce. She wanted a rematch against Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Adam Pearce was like, you got to enter the Royal Rumble match and win it. But Deville didn't want to hear that, so she said she was going to get a title shot one way or another. And then they went to commercial break. When we came back from commercial break, Sonya and Charlotte were brawling backstage immediately, and it got broken up. So it looks like we'll be continuing this feud between Charlotte Flair and Sonya Deville. And finally, we got Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens in the main event. This was also a good match on the show. Kevin Owens, at the beginning, he tried to shake Sami Zayn's hand, but Sami denied it. Sami Zayn hit a brainbuster on the apron before the break. Later in the match, Kevin Owens hit a splash for a 2 count. Sami Zayn hit a blue thunder bomb for a 2 count. Kevin Owens attempted a swanton bomb, but Sami Zayn got the knees up. The crowd was chanting, "This is awesome." Kevin Owens hit a suplex off the ropes. Sami Zayn was going for an Aluva kick, and remember earlier I said that the bloodline wasn't there because Roman Reigns told Sami Zayn to go out by himself? Well, that turned out to be a lie because the bloodline interrupted and they attacked Kevin Owens, which caused the DQ. Sami Zayn, he was visibly upset, and to close out the show, Solo Sikoa put Kevin Owens through the announce table. And yeah, guys, that was SmackDown for tonight. Like I said, it had some pretty good segments. I enjoyed it. If you missed it, maybe try to catch the clips on YouTube. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like, maybe hit that subscribe button, and I'm out.